David, it may be clear out there tonight, but in the next 24 hours or so, it's going to be a very different story.
Yeah, pretty amazing. Feeling more like March, Zach, than April, but it's only one day. And then Thursday's not looking too bad, and then right into the weekend, looking pretty good. But we do have some inclement weather to get through before we get there, and some chilly temperatures too. Which we're gaining on it. That's all I'm going to tell you. We're gaining on it. There's no question about it. Springtime here in Maine, it's always up and down. We know that. Temperatures are cold across northern portions of the state right now. Caribou, you're down to 26 degrees, so we're starting to see that colder air seeping towards the south as expected, but still not too bad as you get down towards southern portions of the area, even as you get into southern New Hampshire. 48 degrees there in Portsmouth, 45 in Portland, Bar Harbor at 41, 40 in Bangor, Augusta at 47 degrees, and it's cold over in Berlin, New Hampshire right now. So the winds really aren't too big of a deal, but we're starting to see them turning more out of the north, and again, that cold air is going to seep down, even down towards the New Hampshire border, the southern portions of the state, overnight tonight as high pressure starts to build into the area and drier air. But that cold air is going to be mostly at the surface, and that's going to set the stage, because in order to get snow, we need cold air to be stacked up right up into the upper atmosphere. But this is going to be along the surface, and this is why we're expecting some freezing rain and sleet, except for far northern portions of the state where I think we'll be able to pull some snow out of this system. Right now we have winter weather advisories across much of the state except along the coastline. We're expecting some type of icing to happen in this purple shaded area, and that's something to watch out, especially tomorrow evening as the sun goes down. The April sun's strong enough to get through those clouds, so we're not expecting any issues tomorrow afternoon, even into the evening hours. But once the sun goes down, I think we'll start to see some ice accretion on some of the twigs and some of the trees out there and all that type of stuff. So anyway, the non-asphalt surfaces. Right now we have a cold front that's sweeping across southern portions of New England. That's going to continue to sag towards the south. High pressure to the north. That's bringing some of that cold air at the surface. And we have this system over Iowa that's going to track through the Great Lakes and right into our area. And that's what's going to bring us that unsettled weather. Right now, a couple of rain showers across central portions of New Hampshire. We may see some sprinkles across southern areas as we go through the course of the night. But for the most part, it's really not going to be too much of an issue. So we'll start the timestamp at midnight. We go overnight, looking at the cold air starting to seep down towards the coastline. 29 degrees when you wake up tomorrow morning in Bar Harbor, right around freezing Portland as you get down to Sanford as well. So you can see the temperatures up further north. Caribou, you'll be in the teens, so that's where we're expecting some snow to break out as we go through the afternoon. By 2 o'clock, the blue represents the snow, the pink represents the sleet and freezing rain. But look at the temperatures. They're mostly in the 20s across the foothills up towards northern portions of the area. We're just teetering along the freezing mark. Probably be in the lower 30s with clouds around, but that pink color that represents the sleet and freezing rain that continues to push towards the coast around 6 p.m. Sunset after 7 o'clock tomorrow. Watching this closely, especially inland locations. I think Augusta up to Bangor, over to Freiburg, that's where we'll see that freezing rain, that ice accretion. In far northern areas, we're keeping the blue there, and that represents some snow, so we could see a couple of inches of snow there. Overnight tomorrow night, by this time tomorrow, still seeing some freezing rain and sleet moving through the area, and then we see the back edge pushing through by Thursday morning, and then we're left with some cold temperatures, but winds will start to turn more out of the south, and that could bring some milder temperatures into the area, but not as mild as we thought we could have saw a couple of days ago with forecast models. This is the best chance for ice accretion across northern portions of the state, and as you get closer to the coast, we'll still be dealing with stuff, some ice accretion across the areas closer to Bangor, Augusta, Lewiston. I think that's probably the furthest east extent, but we'll watch it closely as we get closer as the temperatures drop tomorrow evening. So we're expecting warm air to surge in, not too warm across southern New England, but milder air Thursday. Watching a cold front that moves through on Thursday that could bring some rain showers in the afternoon, and then it's windy on Friday, and looking into the weekend's not looking too bad as we get into the holiday weekend. Here's the expected high temperature, 70s south, those won't make it, but 50s on Thursday into southern portions of the state. Here's your marine forecast. Small craft advisory goes into effect 7-day forecast brings us right through next week. And as we see Easter Sunday, we got a little bunny hopping over there. Looks pretty decent for the Easter egg hunts. And then as we get into next week, looks like we'll see some milder temperatures, could see 60 degrees. We'll kind of watch that closely.
Fingers crossed on
Yes,
that one. I'm here for it.
I am too. I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks, David.
Thank you.